Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Love what you drive. We have a special one right across the border from New Jersey into Pennsylvania, and I'm here with my friend Jonah.
Yo, what's cooking, everyone? Welcome to his channel. So great to be here. He reached out to me via Instagram.
Yep.
He's like, yo, I got a YouTube channel, you want to be on? I'm like, yes sir, get me in there. So here we are. I got the wagon, brought it out here in my home city here of Easton. This is a 1989 Ford Crown Victoria LTD. Got it on bags. No, I do not drive it like that. I know they say park it how you drive it, but here we are, completely aired out. We got the flat black paint on it. Pretty much going for a little bit of a rat look. And I love it. I love the patina.
Okay. Definitely exactly what Jonah just said. Reached out to him, and I was like, I've never seen a wagon bagged so low, yet also a Crown Vic. So that's really what stood out to me. All right, man, what's the story of how you got it, or what's the background of this awesome build?
Yeah, so this car here, the 1989 Crown Vic, was actually my first vehicle. I had a sedan in high school.
Oh wow.
My parents got me it when I was 16, and I drove it all through high school. And then one sad day, it was raining with the snow tires, and I slid right into a semi truck and lost it. And then after that day, I didn't have a Crown Vic again. I moved to Florida, came back, and when I came back, I bought a house, and I'm like, you know, I should probably get a truck like everyone else. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not really a truck guy. I want a wagon. And then I'm looking through wagons. I'm like, oh wait, they made a Crown Vic wagon. That's right. So it took 3 years.
Oh wow.
Scouring Facebook Marketplace, scouring Craigslist, just trying to find a Crown Vic wagon. It had to be an 89. It had to be the wagon. It just had to be perfect. So I came across this Craigslist ad. I think it was like $900, 89 Crown Vic. I'm like, you know what? This is the one.
3 years was definitely worth the wait.
Oh yeah, it was definitely worth the wait.
How did you have the patience for it?
It was tough. It was real tough. I seen some nice sedans. I seen some nice coupes. I'm like, no, it got to be something that I could work on this house with. And you know, I was borrowing some buddies' pickups in the meantime, using my dad's pickup. Like, you know, I'm gonna find something here. And you know, the listing came up. It was in New Jersey, like I think it was like 2.5 hours away. And the guy's like, yeah, come on, take a look at it. I come in, and he's like, yeah, I was gonna cut the roof off. I was gonna make it into a Ranchero.
Oh, wow.
But I realized that they made Ford Rancheros, so I'm not really gonna do that anymore. You know, you go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
So we took it for a little test drive. It ran, it stopped. I'm like, all right, I'll take it home. The tires were dry rotted like crazy.
$900 running and driving?
Yeah, drove it home the whole 2 hours, no plates or nothing. Driving in Jersey was a little sketch because, you know, being in PA, they're definitely gonna want you. But yeah. I had my friend followed me like right on my butt, so they couldn't see I didn't have a license plate. Made it across the border, and I was good. Just took 611 home the whole way.
Yeah.
It parked it for like 6 months as we worked on it. Redid the entire motor. I can open that for you right now.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the backstory. $900 wagon, running and driving. Drove it, parked it, worked on it. Okay, under the hood.
All right, so this is the 5.0. They came with a couple motor options. There's a towing package. I had the bigger, I think it was a 5.8. And then there was carbureted ones in the older ones. So this here's the fuel injected 5.0, the same block that's in the Mustang Fox body. Nowhere near the horsepower. I think it's 150 stock. It probably makes like 98 now. So when I said I redid the motor, pretty much what I'm saying is brought it back to OEM spec, did all the gaskets, everything. The entire motor came apart.
Did you have to pull the motor?
I did not pull the motor.
Okay.
I didn't do motor mounts. That's the only thing I didn't do. Besides that, everything's redone, back to spec. The MSD distributor cap you see there, the Excel wires, was actually the exact ones on my original sedan. My dad actually kept some of the stuff when it totaled. He like ripped everything that wasn't bolted down off of it.
Right.
This hood emblem is actually the exact one that was on my original Crown Vic. When I bought this, it didn't even have one, so it was like it was reborn into this wagon.
Yeah, so you kind of brought some of the parts over.
Yep.
How's this engine just in general? Because I heard a lot of problems with them, or no?
No,
For the Fords?
It's bulletproof. So my original sedan I had the same exact motor. Being in high school, you're just learning how to take care of cars, and I didn't realize I was running it with literally zero oil for 2 months. And my dad, he bit into me a little bit, trying to teach me a little lesson. I'm like, all right, I'll be taking care of my cars now. I'm sorry. But it never had a problem. No oil for 2 months.
Wow.
So I got to say they're quite bulletproof.
Definitely a testament to some car driving.
What's not bulletproof though is the overdrive in these cars.
Really?
Yeah, the transmission. The first, second, and third, beautiful. They work in every car. But even this one, when I got it, it wouldn't go into overdrive. It would kind of slip in and out, like pretty much all these cars do. So whenever you're looking to buy one, definitely check out the overdrive.
Okay.
There's actually a little grommet near the throttle body that tells it to go into overdrive, and if that wears out, it's like plastic from the factory. If it breaks or wears out, it actually will like start slipping, and then it'll start physically damaging the transmission.
That's good to know.
Yeah, they made a metal aftermarket piece you can replace it with, and then it'll pretty much never fail again. I did that, and it has no problems. The only thing is the air condition don't work. I have to switch it over to the modern system.
Okay, yeah, so we're in the fall season already, and it's pretty cool today, but no AC needed. But do you drive this in the summer a lot?
Yeah, I drive it all year. Car shows all the time, indoor shows, outdoor shows, VIP most of the time, just chilling with my crew, bring them out in Easton.
We're going to link up all your information. He's got some cool videos on his channel also. And we've seen some, just talking about the mall video where they did a car show, which I've never seen before, but we'll link it all up. I noticed there's a little on-off switch.
Yeah, good eye. So you can go ahead and click that. And it's a little bright out right now, but I do have underglow on it. You can kind of see them dancing around on the side there, those yellow lights.
Let me just get up a little bit closer.
Yeah, I actually have custom rails underneath. I can lift it up again later and show you what we did to put that on. I have a whole video on my channel how to install that if you're interested.
Okay. So any future plans for the engine bay?
These things are bulletproof, so it probably will last forever, but if it doesn't, I'm between an LS, a Coyote motor, or a manual Cummins swap. So whatever one comes across my door first, it'll probably get when the engine goes.
Okay, yeah, there will be haters who say you can't let swap a Ford.
Yeah, that's why I want to go more towards the Coyote, but the LS is cheaper. So again, it's whatever comes across my door when this goes.
Yeah, okay. How many miles on this?
I bought it with the odometer not working, so it's a bit unknown. The guy I bought it off of said it's probably under 200K.
Okay.
I
probably under.
Yeah, probably. I got the odometer to work, and I've put about another 50K on it, so I'd say over a $250,000 right now.
Wow. And just running, well, you did change the gas kits, kind of maintenance, plugs and all that, right?
Yeah, it didn't need it, but I didn't want to get to a point where it's not running and it needed it. So all preventative maintenance, it never really needed anything. The only time it's ever needed to be on a flatbed is because of the air suspension. It's full custom. I got it made by Dragon Style Customs out towards Pocono Raceway. Amazing guy. If you need bags, hit up Brian for sure. But it was all custom, so he was kind of working through some things, and the bags were actually rubbing on the frame, so we had to notch the frame a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, shut the hood. We've got, oh man, there we go.
You want to wait for the train?
If you hold it closer, it should be fine.
All right.
And then we'll, all right, on the exterior, we saw the door, not the door jamb, but under the hood. It used to be a white car?
Yeah, it seems it used to be tan. So I bought it with this flat black. It was completely primered flat black, and you like couldn't see anything else. There wasn't any patina on it really. Every time I wash it by hand with the mitt, it loses another layer of paint, and it looks even cooler every single time.
It does.
So I've just been loving it. Depending how important the show is if I hand mitt it Like this morning for this video, I just used the soap mixed in with the gun.
Okay.
Get it nice and sprayed off. The wheels I'll detail and get in with the wheels a little bit. Those are off of a 2003 Mustang Mach 1. I actually own the Mustang.
Okay.
These did not come from that car though. I actually got them from a welder who did a job for a guy who had a Mustang Mach 1, and he did not pay up for the job that he did, so he just started selling parts off the car. So they're not that hot.
Yeah, but it's a really good look. It fits the straight body lines and no crazy chrome or
I actually purchased them as backup wheels for my Mustang. I was going to do a winter set.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I can't drive that car in the winter. And my dad's like, put them up to here. The bolt pattern lined up. I got 1-inch spacers in the front, 2 inches in the back. We painted the brake caliper blue and the drums blue in the back. And that's pretty much it for the wheels.
Okay, you have to use these parking sensors.
Yeah, those are old school parking sensors, the curb feelers.
Yeah.
I just seen them on some old school cars. My grandfather actually, his dad owned the predecessor to the Crown Vic, the Ford Fairlane.
Okay. Those are cool.
On those cars, there's the curb feelers. And you know, this being a big old car and I live in the city, sometimes I got to parallel park it. It's just cool to have. And when I air it out and drag it, they make noise on the pavement.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay. 2-inch spacers in the back, you said? Oh, I see them. Okay. Yeah, it's a cool fit, definitely. You wouldn't want to go bigger, or is this just kind of
So I have 2 brands on between for a sponsorship for wheels.
Okay.
They're full custom, which is kind of the issue, because they said they'll make any design, any measurement, like down to the micrometer. So like I got to make sure I measure it perfectly. I don't know if I want it to like ride on the edge, if I want to keep them sunk in.
Yeah.
It's just too many options. The easiest thing is to do nothing and just keep it how it is.
Yeah.
Because I love it. You know, maybe we'll go through another phase. But one thing that it definitely needs, if you can see here, it's starting to rust a little bit. I got to get some body work done to it. All these wagons, like this entire panel is just missing because this starts and no one fixes it.
Yeah, but for 89 and being in PA,
and you know, under $1,000 car, it was definitely
900 running and driving. It's in pretty good shape.
And a well-trained eye for this car will know that these came with roof racks.
I just gonna say, I just looked at the roof.
This one, I bought it without the roof rack, and if you actually look, there's little holes in the roof and a little bit of damage where they removed it. I do have to get that patched. This one, actually, the water does drip through a little bit, so it's been a little bit of an issue. I just kind of park it under a tree. It's too big for my garage, so I can't put it in there. Kind of a problem with it.
Yeah.
We could check out the back while we're back here. So this has what they call the Magic tailgate. Mine, the Magic actually left it a little bit ago, so it only opens this way right now.
Okay.
I was able to get to a junkyard that had a Mercury version of this car. Right. So I got an entire tailgate I removed. I did not put the pieces on it yet. I did put the handle in. If you look at this, when this is operational, the window motor actually doesn't work right now either. I do have the pieces. That's the winter project to get this tailgate back up to spec. But you pull this window rolls down, and then you can actually fold it down like a tailgate.
Okay. That's how
you can sit on it, have a good time. And then working inside here, you can see we got the jumper seats.
Oh man, those are so cool.
Yes.
The ones on the side like that.
So when I bought this, these bottom ones were missing, and I'm like, oh man, like what am I gonna do here? I was gonna put the air setup on the floor with these gone, make it all like nice and beautiful. But I'm like, I gotta find these seats. Every old head comes up to me and they're like, oh, you gotta get the seats. I'm like, all right, I gotta find them. Nice and offset. They got the seat belts in them.
Nice.
I found these on Facebook Marketplace. A guy had them. He's like, all I have left are the bottoms. I'm like, that's literally perfect. In the sun, they're like a nice metallic sparkly blue. And I can fold it down here.
What I noticed is none of this stuff right here is rusted out.
Yeah, the car's pretty solid.
That's pretty nice.
The tailgate I got from the junkyard, the entire bottom of it was rusted out, and this thing's pretty spotless.
Yeah, this thing is
That's
clean.
what's really keeping me like modifying this car, is like there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And I'll air it up later and show you underneath that it's also beautiful there too. So again, both of these, that is metal.
A
You
metal.
get a little ASMR on there. It's a metal back.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That's so cool.
And then there's this little pocket back here. This is kind of where I keep my trunk, all the extra stuff.
We call it the junk in the trunk.
Yeah, just the junk in the trunk section. The last guy put the speakers on it. They're Sony Explodes. They're okay. They actually work. The ones in the front don't work.
They actually work.
And then if you want to show them this lever here, this is how you fold it down. You got to pull this and then pull this at the same time. And then this lock actually goes in here, and this entire thing locks with the key.
Oh wow.
So that is where you put all your valuables.
Yeah.
And then the real fancy part, this is where the bag setup is. You show it inside there.
Okay. Ooh, look at this.
So we got 2 V-Air pumps that are wrapped in matte black. We got the hard lines, and the tanks themselves are aluminum seamless tanks that Brian sprayed raw steel on, let it sit outside and rust, and painted it matte black to match the rest of the car. He got a little rat setup in it, completely custom with the LEDs and all that. That's everything he did. This is where the spare tire used to live, as you see the hump. He put this plexi on it, that carpet over top, and did a really good job with it.
Yeah, this is really clean.
Most people with wagons, they'll set it up on this part here because this doesn't move, or they'll put it underneath here. But this being my truck, I wanted entire usage of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And that's why this carpet's here too. So if I'm hauling anything, it hits this instead of the plexi and doesn't get scratched
So
up.
it's a show car, yet it's still functional and has space to haul and, you know, do all the stuff you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that's a clean setup. Definitely never got into bags myself, or, you know, the signs behind it. But when I saw this and you bagging it out and all that, it was like, man, I got to get a video of this.
Yeah, I have a 91 Crown Vic as well right now. My dad being a truck driver, he goes all around and he'll find the good stuff for sale that people that you know, can't really use the internet. So
like
they don't
ads.
list it for sale. Yeah, it was literally sitting outside. I'm not kidding. Construction paper glued to the windshield,
Wow.
to the grill, glued onto the car. It was terrible getting it off. And he's like, yo, you got to go here. Here's the address. Pick this car up.
Where was that? It's a red one, right? That's on
The
your
red one,
Instagram?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The 91. That one's actually static. I got that on lowering springs.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do like a kind of versus builds. I got the bag set up, and I'm going to have the static set
Okay.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could
maybe
check out the inside.
in the future we'll get that red one on the channel.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the cool part is
The inside.
the driver's side.
If you want to show the seat, no one ever gets to see that part. That is what it looks like. So I have gone through so many of these cars, and none of them have a solid bench seat.
Yeah.
See, it's also electric, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that works?
Yeah, it
Man.
works. Everything
Yeah.
works.
Okay.
I wanted to replace it with a solid bench. None of them have a solid bench. They're always split.
And this one?
Completely solid.
Solid.
Yep. All one
Where
piece.
did you get this one?
This came with the car.
Oh, it came
yeah,
with the
yeah,
car.
yeah. I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to replace it to not have to reupholster it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm guessing reupholstering is going to be the next step. I also hate pleather. I'm more of a cloth kind of guy. But yeah. And the 1989 model, one thing you'll know, it is an 89. There's no airbag.
Yeah.
It has that really cool wheel with the wood around it. And you'll notice my gauges there. The car did have an idle problem.
Can I sit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, this is getting low.
The car had an idle problem at one time, and as you could tell, the stock gauge is there, it's speedometer, and that's it. So I put that monster tack on, the Super Sun Tack 2. That is original. I don't know the year on it. It's like 70s or 80s. I got that from the Hershey Antique Car Flea Market. It's like, I was told it's $200-300. I got it for like $5.
Nice.
It works. It's awesome. And I recently had a cooling problem, so I have the temperature gauge next to it. I just completely replaced the entire radiator. That was the last project I did to it.
This is a really small steering wheel.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's like for a big boat like this, it's really small, but it feels good.
Yeah, you can use one finger to turn it. The power steering works great. I just replaced the pump. Oh, okay. I said everything works. Cruise control does not work. That was the only thing that don't work.
Retro.
The dash on it, this is the dash that came on the car. every single one of these look like that.
Yep.
I actually had a buddy of mine fly down to hand deliver one from California that had a cover on it its entire life, and it's beautiful. I just have not put it on yet. That's going to be part of the winter project.
Wow.
These speakers also don't work, so I'm going to do them both at the same time.
Which speakers?
The ones that these giant holes are there.
Let me see. Yeah. Okay, that's still like the original speakers?
Yeah, original speakers.
Yeah.
All the windows work besides the tailgate. Like I said, I replaced all that.
Clock is working.
Yeah, so the original clock is actually digital. I think it was a Mercury or the Lincolns came with the analog one, and I kind of wanted like a little Bugatti touch. They all have those nice analog clocks now in the fancy cars, so I did an analog swap.
That is super cool.
We had to do a little bit of wiring to get that in there, but I got it all set up.
Man, everything about this car screams 80s.
Yes, sir.
And it's so plain, and like, I mean, look at the edges. It's straight.
Yep.
Man, that's amazing. But everything's power.
Yep, I have my sticker bombed sun visor here, because if you look at the other one, that's what it looked like. All like dusty and crusty and falling apart. I'm like, yeah, I'll throw some stickers on it.
Okay.
If you look above you there, the dome light, the ones that came with these cars are all like manila, terrible colored, and no light comes through it. And a lot of the parts on this car are shared with a Bronco or a Mustang.
Wow.
And since people love those cars a lot more, they're supported in the aftermarket. That's actually a Bronco dome light, so it's a lot brighter.
Wow, that's super cool. Let me see. And
yeah, they work.
Yep. There's that amber.
Yep, that's that color.
Okay. Man, this is super cool.
Yeah, you can pull the ashtray there too. Of course, 80s cars, they got the ashtrays.
Where are the cup holders?
Yeah, so it seats 10 with seatbelts, and not one person gets a cup holder.
Wow.
But they all get an ashtray.
People, smoked back then more than they drank drinks in the car.
As some of these cars were spec'd out with manual windows, so one does have the electric ones, electric locks, all that.
Is this real wood?
No, none of it's real. It's all plastic.
Plastic.
Yep.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
It looks real. I'm kind of like weathered a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's naturally weathered. Then the old school, get a little ASMR. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The old pull knob. Love it.
Okay, you got a JVC. This is what it came with?
No, it actually came with one even worse. I was going to keep it original, but the old one in it was flopping around the last guy had. That is the exact radio I had in my 89.
Ah, that's from yours, or you
from my car, yeah. Yep.
Okay, just keeping it.
This tack was also in my old 89 as well. And my little dancing guy, that's not really dancing because there's no sun out right now. But he does dance when the sun's out. Oh,
is that a little
it's a solar powered guy. Yeah. He was in my old car too.
Cool. Let's take a look in the back seat.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Is it as clean as all the Panther platforms usually are?
As clean as the Panther platform?
Yeah, like nobody sits in the back usually on like the Panthers.
Well, my daughter does, and I mean, you can see the back of the seat. Someone was definitely kicking on both sides for a while.
Okay,
but yeah,
that's the plastic backing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's plastic, but something like that.
These seats with the low back support.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're getting whiplash for sure. You're getting an accident. There's no support at all in this car.
Yeah.
And you can see even your kids back here, they get an ashtray.
Yeah, if your kids don't
cups.
like to smoke.
Yeah, you're not allowed to drink, but you can smoke.
Yeah, no drinking, no bottles. But
they
you're allowed
only
to
lap belts in the back.
Man, look at this. No rust.
Yep, that's the original color of the car you see there.
Yeah, it's kind of like that off-white, whatever.
Yep. So the guy I bought it off of, he told me the story of this car. Its first life, bought new, was to be a school bus for a daycare.
Wow.
So I don't know if they removed the seats or something and, had some other kind of weird setup in there and he put them in. I'm not sure, but it was a daycare car.
Nice. Original carpets in here?
Yeah, everything's original.
Yeah, it's really clean for the year. So how many, what is that, 90, that's 33, 34-year-old car?
34 years, yeah. Older than me.
34 years old.
Yep.
And it's got all this Good stuff on it. All right, what else? Future plans for this build?
Are
you into like sound systems, woofers?
I'm not big into sound.
Okay.
I also haven't done it before, so I don't know the extent of how to do it.
Okay.
But I'm not really big into sound. I usually just turn off the radio and chill anyway.
Yeah.
But I want to do the body work on a little bit of the rust. I want to fix the holes for the roof rack. And then pending what it looks like when that's fixed, if I'm just gonna patina seal it with clear, or if I'm gonna wrap it in something crazy, or get a nice like deep flake maroon on it.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Yep. And the wheels, again, once I actually measure them perfectly and pick a design, then I'm going to stick with this kind of design. And since I got those spacers in it, I'm just going to kind of push the face back in and try to keep that Mach 1 brushed aluminum look, just with a deeper dish.
Yeah, it looks very clean. Those are 17s, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, those 17-inch wheels. They look good on
Got the
this.
general tires on it. I bought good ones.
Okay.
I didn't want to go to shows with the cheap tires.
Yeah, those tire Nazis will get you.
Yep.
What do you have for exhaust?
Yeah, so let me go ahead and raise the car up and we could check out underneath it. So the way it's set up, you actually don't need to turn the car on. You pretty much get one air up for free before the pumps have to work again. As it stores it pretty well. And now underneath, so you see the exhaust over there to the right. It's actually not the exhaust that belongs on the car. It's supposed to go over top of the axle, but the last guy that had it go under the axle. Not entirely sure, but it helps me air out even further.
Okay.
So I didn't have to worry about that. I did do an entire gas tank replacement. The entire fuel, everything got replaced. You could kind of see the brackets for the bags from back here. You see the frame, no rust.
Yeah, it's very clean under here.
This is where your feet go in the jumper seats. The gas tank is back below that. You can see the straps in the corners there.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. So you got a brand new one, or is it like a jumper?
Yeah, brand new. Got most of this stuff I got from Rock Auto. I tried to get as close to Ford OEM as I could.
Yeah.
Rock Auto, honestly, pretty great. Been
Rock
trying to
Auto.
get sponsored by them, but
Yeah, coming through as always.
yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff there.
Anything for the exhaust? You got like a MagnaFlow or anything?
No, it's pretty much just try to keep it in one piece. Whenever I go to car shows, leaving car shows, I'll drag the back end, and I drag the crap out of this tailpipe. I'm amazed it still holds on. I've been waiting for it to fall off so I have an excuse to put a good exhaust on it.
Still
But
looks
it refuses to. And if you see the bump right here, it's actually part of the spare tire that I showed you there earlier. This is where the bottom of the tire sits, and this hump is not on the other side. Cool little
so
thing
the
that
tire
you don't
would...
notice.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I'm like, is that bent out? Is that like something? But oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's part of it.
Yeah, it's the whole...
I was thinking maybe when this gets fixed, have him like cut this off just to make it look cool, but I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, it's got its own little...
I also thought of removing the plastic pieces off the bumper and seal them up and send it off to a chrome shop. But I kind of like it. I like the weathered look right now. Maybe when it gets repainted, I'll look into that.
Little accessories here and there. All the lights, everything work on here?
Yep, everything. LED switched most of what I could.
Okay.
Whatever needed a resistor to work, I didn't change to LED.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not playing the resistor game. I had to change the locks because the key I got was only the ignition key.
All right.
For a whole year, I could not lock the car because I did not have any means to do so. I went and got the windows tinted at a local spot at First Class Tint.
Yep.
And I gave him the keys, and I actually got my air suspension before I even got my locks. That's how important it was to me.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even lock the car, and I'm like, all right, I got the air on it. It's a little more valuable of a car. Let's put some locks on it.
What's the tint on this? How many percent?
I think it's 5 and 20 is what I think it is.
So you could kind of
Yeah, I got it lighter in the front.
You don't get issues with the cops?
I got pulled over once because it was actually right in front of my house. It was absolutely like obscene, like some stuff that should have been on YouTube. So I get pulled over and he's like, you have a lot of skulls on your car. If I background check you, are you gonna come up for murder? And he's like straight faced to me. And then this other cop pulls up because I live right on the border of Easton and Wilson. I had Easton cops, I had Wilson cops. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And like they keep questioning me. I'm like, are you trying to like profile my car right now? Like, oh, have a good day, sir. Have a good day.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the second I retaliated, they just scampered off. So I don't know what they were trying to get on me for. I'm like, you literally pulled me over in front of my house.
It kind of gives that Hearst vibe.
Yes.
You ask me.
Yep. You know, it's the fall now, so it's Halloween time. I just had a really cool photo shoot. That video is going to be going up soon. I always hit up all the local Halloween shows. It's when this car starts winning trophies because it fits the vibe.
Yeah.
I have this flag on here. I've been trying to hit up some places to make a custom one, but it's honestly pretty tough to get a small flag made. This one's for a motorcycle I got off of Amazon. It got nice and weathered from just flapping around. It fell off a couple times, zip tied it back on there.
Yeah.
And
it's the rat vibe.
The story of it being bent there, I was in a low car limbo and I was going through and they're like, oh, your antenna, you're gonna get out if that hits. Like, so I went over, tried to unscrew it, it wouldn't unscrew, and like the crowd's like, bend it. I'm like, all right.
They knew the tricks how to win, huh?
Yeah, and now it's cool. It tells a little story every now and then. So
right here, there used to be a reflector?
I don't know what happened there.
See that?
Yeah, it looks like it. There's no reflector from the factory.
Okay.
Probably just, you know, a buggy smacked it or something.
And you got LEDs in the front?
No, these are regular halogens.
Okay.
They're like $6 to rebuy them. So
nice.
I did have a guy to do them full custom. He wanted $2,000, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying that for headlights.
No thanks.
So
yeah, but the front end looks really clean.
yeah, the newer ones, these are clear. And they're like really expensive, and Rock Auto actually had a set for like $20, and people will gouge you on eBay for like $300 for the set. So I just bought them. If I want to clear swap them, I will, but I kind of like the orange. It fits the more Halloween-y vibe at the end of the year. A lot of people don't think this Ford emblem belongs on there, but it does.
It's a stock from the factory, right?
Yep, that's how it comes. It's the only thing blue on the car, so that's probably why they don't think it belongs on there.
And there's like stripes, or what is that?
Yeah, so like I said, the car was flat black when I bought it. The more I washed it, the more these stripes showed up. Maybe the daycare had them on there, I don't know. But it looks cool.
Yeah, interesting. All right, well, that's, I think, everything with the car.
Yeah, that's pretty much most of it.
All we have to the left is maybe take a ride.
Yeah, let's take it for a drive.
Take it for a ride, and I've never been in the back car before.
You want to sit in the way back?
Where do you think I should sit?
That's up to you.
Let's go in the very back.
You want to go in the way back? All right.
And we'll run the mic up to you.
Okay.
So that we can, you can still tell us about it.
Is it gonna reach?
No, let me sit in the back seat.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that. That way the mic will, so we don't have to get extra wires out. There we go. Oh, sorry.
that seat has door has a hard time opening.
Ford Mercury. So it's got all the...
Oh yeah, I didn't show you another party trick. So, if I move these, there's a button here. It's only on this side. You press that, and then this folds down.
Okay, so now you got the
and there's a little storage here to kind of put some stuff you don't want people to find. And then from this all the way to the back is 8 feet. And from the back all the way to the dash is 12 feet. I know that because I go to Home Depot. 12-foot board.
Yeah, beams would just fit right in.
Fits right in there.
Man.
Then you just pull this
cool.
up. Right back.
Boom.
Locks in place.
Locked.
There you go. It's only a lap belt, and only this side has a retractable one. The other one is not.
Okay, here we go.
Now, when I start it, you're going to get a lot of noise from the compressor. So if you want to wait to record until that stops.
Oh no, this is raw. And here, you can hook this up.
All right.
Do you daily this thing or?
So I have 6 vehicles.
Okay.
So the definition of daily would be a no.
No.
But I do drive it very often.
Okay.
I try to do it twice a week.
Okay.
My Fiat is my main daily.
That's the one you race?
Yes, I love that car. That's my my main pride and joy.
Yeah, so we're gonna link up his channel where he does a lot of the courses, racing, his Instagram, any other social media, because he's a pretty active. I reached out to him and I'm like, okay, you got kids?
Yep.
He's what do you do for work?
I'm a chef.
He's a chef.
Yep.
He's also a car enthusiast
Yes, sir.
and a 1989 bagged Crown Victoria wagon owner.
Yes, sir.
So what is that? That's the controls for your bags?
Yep, so it has automatic ride height, which is the center button. This lower button will automatically put it in leaving the show mode.
Okay.
And all the way down is aired out. The buttons on the side is to manually choose your own. I have it set so when I start the car, it'll automatically go to ride height. You can hear the compressors in the back there running. He actually put sound deadening around it, so it's quite quiet compared to people that don't use the sound deadening.
Right.
If you can see, I can just turn with one finger. Once we make a right-hander up here, you'll really see it.
Yeah,
But-
you could really see that hood just protruding out. Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
boat. Like you just point that emblem where you want it to go and steer away.
His rear view is actually out of a newer car. I think it's out of like a 2000s Crown Vic, because you cannot see out of the 80s ones.
Yeah. Too small or what? Just too...
Most of them are so weathered, the glass is just like you can't see out of it.
Yeah.
So the 2000s had to do.
Okay, so look at that, power switches.
Oh yeah, they all work.
Man, like a time capsule. So the compressor went off and it's actually really quiet in here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an exhaust leak at the emissions part of the exhaust at the front. I actually have an emissions delete, but I did not do that yet. So it's still running all 4 catalytic converters. See our beautiful shots here of our one-way bridge.
Yeah, this is a really cool park here in Easton, PA. These seats are comfy.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, these are very nice. They feel really good.
So the car actually used to ride better without bags. I know a lot of people always say, like, oh, get bags, it'll ride better. But this car was such a boat that it was just perfect the way it came.
Yeah.
But when you made a turn, it was like, woo, it just almost would roll over. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, crazy body roll.
Yep. And now with the bags, like, I could corner pretty much like any normal sporty car.
Yeah. Do you recommend bags if somebody's like, I'm on the fence about bagging a car, or maybe like an old car, or even a Panther? Is it something you recommend, or you know, like, yeah, it's a cool thing, or it's a hassle to use or drive with or maintain?
So I have never been around bags at all in my life, and you always hear everyone talk about, you know, like, oh, they're unreliable, oh, you can't drive it in the winter, yada yada. I drive mine in the winter, not much, just because of the road salt. You really shouldn't drive cool cars in the winter that much in the north. But if you have a guy like I do with Brian, super professional, lifetime warranty, anything happens, he takes care of it. It was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it. I would recommend it just because it's cool. It's better than static if you want to drive it places and not have to plan out your route. Like this road we're on right now, you could not take a static car down this road.
Yeah, it's pretty bumpy.
The cemetery photo shoot I just went to, that video coming up, there's no way a static car would have made it through there. And it's just cool, people like, no way you drive it like that. Like, no, I don't. And the mall shoot I just went to, all the static cars, they kind of had to go in at an angle. They had to go on this like weird lift thing, like on the sidewalk. I just went right over the curb like an SUV.
Yeah.
Got in, aired out, perfect. There's literally no worries. But like I said before, the main thing with the bags that I had issues with is there's no kit for this car. If there's a kit for your car, like, you're set. You don't have anything to worry about. But, you know, like you asked, it for older cars and these Crown Vics, without there being a kit, it's full custom, and things full custom means no one really did it before, so you kind of got to figure it out. And a lot of people will put bags on and they won't put the shocks on the car. But you got to have the shocks on the car if you want it to ride good. Otherwise, you go over a bump like we are and you're non-stop bouncing. Yeah. But you notice it just rides, you know, like a car. You wouldn't really know it's on bags.
Yeah, it rides really nice. Definitely.
But in order to get it this low, Brian did his magic and he repositioned them onto the control arms. And he used Ford Ranger shocks because they had a different amount of travel. And I gotta say, it was quite magical what he did, and it works really great.
Very well, yeah.
Yeah, and we were gonna do ball joints, but Rock Auto had the whole control arm. If you have that option, always just do the whole control arm. Ball joints are terrible.
Okay.
So we had to drill a hole again where Brian put his, and we got it matched up real good. And like the whole car, the entire underside, the suspension, everything has all been redone. You know, back to OEM spec minus the bags. You know, the whole engine's been redone. Everything is how it would have been brand new in 1989.
Yeah. Does your wife like to ride in this car with you?
Yeah, she does. A little insight. When I met her, it was when she was finishing high school, and we always went on dates in my original 89 Crown Vic. And most of this interior looks exactly the same as that other one, which is another reason I wanted it. Yeah. So it kind of brings us back to our younger days.
Nice.
So she does like it. And, you know, you get to have a little action in it too, being nice and big. Yeah, you see his, you know, rocky road, nothing. Static cars. Like, oh, can I turn around here? Is this an entrance? Well, now that I'm entering, I got to plan how I'm going to leave. Like, nah, just take the bags, chill out.
So, you're still rocking CDs?
Yes.
Well, the battery died on us as we were winding down the ride part of this.
For the GoPro, not the car.
Yeah, the GoPro, maxed out the battery because this interview's been going so well and flowing so nicely that I was not even keeping track of the crappy GoPro batteries that they have. But we got back to where we were filming this, and anything else you want to add, Jonah, to the...
Yeah, I just want to say, Art, thank you so much for coming out. Love what you drive. Awesome channel. I checked out a lot of his other videos, a lot of Panther stuff. He's looking to do a little extra things. That Pontiac station wagon video you just put up. Absolutely love it. If you love this car, definitely check that one out. It's honestly a really great time. It was a great day here at the park. Yep. It originally was supposed to rain, but it held out. Beautiful lighting for the car. Yeah, it was great showing you around. Maybe we'll get you back again for some of my other cars I got.
Yeah, you said you had 6 of them.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a shout out to any of the...
Yeah, so this is our group based in Easton here. We do shows all in the tri-state area, bring them out. We do meets, pretty huge. There's been some Crown Vic guys that came out to them before. Modified Enthusiasts, awesome online magazine, Tragic Crew. If you like these kind of stancy, rat rod looking cars, that's pretty much what they're all about. And my man's Vroom Valley. Check out his YouTube channel. He did a lot of cool videos in the area and has quite a few of this car as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, Jonah, thanks for your time and thanks for your car. It's definitely an awesome build. We'll link up all his information.
Yeah, Cooking Cars on YouTube, The Racing Chef on Instagram. That's how he reached out. I post a lot of stuff with the wagon. I got a Fiat, a Mustang Mach 1, got a Honda Grom, Focus ST, and what else am I missing? Oh, my other Crown Vic. I got a 91 sedan. So there you go.
Collection of cars.
Yes, sir.
But this was definitely amazing. Nice time here in Pennsylvania, and we're gonna wrap it up. And thank you again, Jonah, for your time.
Yes,
it's an amazing
sir.
car. See you in the next one.